Good afternoon, Chickpea Nation, and welcome to the 23rd day of Vlogmas. And I'd say that I'm totally honored that you want to see what's in my bag. This is take 32, so maybe we'll get it right this time. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's been a great month for Vlogmas, and there's only one more day left. Even more honored that I'm taking up one of the last days of it. Most of the time I'm shown on there just kind of randomly in the background, but today I get full camera time. Let's start by talking a little bit about my bag. It's a grip bag and it's one of the smaller versions. I don't even know the name of them, but I like carrying a smaller bag because I don't like to carry a whole bunch of discs with me. I'm definitely honoring grip with the hat also, and it's a great sponsor for Eagle, and they have probably the best backpacks out there. And I like this small bag because it's super light, and I have a lot of discs in here now for in the bag, but depending on what course I go to, I'll take a bunch of them out and do that. And also I want to shout out to Discmania. Totally thankful for them and their support of Eagle and all you guys, the Chickpea Nation. Let's get started here. We'll get into what's in the outer skirts of my bag. I have a couple minis. I'm always losing minis, so I never know if I have any. I didn't even know I had these in here. This one's from Longs Peak Disc Golf Club, so shout out to Longs Peak Disc Golf. And this one is, I don't even know, ABC Discs. So I do have two minis. I didn't even know that. I've been just kind of throwing from behind my disc lately. And then here, some lemon eucalyptus insect repellent. You always need that. See, it doesn't even smell that bad. I love eucalyptus and lemon. Oh, well, we'll keep the bugs away. All right, so let's get into the discs. For most of my career as a disc golfer, I like throwing Innova discs, and up until about within the last year, I felt it was my responsibility to start throwing some Discmania, because since they're such a big support of Eagle, he throws them all, that I would start throwing Discmania discs. So I've had a little bit of a learning curve over the last year, and I do still throw a few Innova discs. But my main putter driver is the P3X, and I really like this disc. I use it for upshots and for driving, for anything off the tee from 150 to about 200 feet. You know, in Boulder, we play a lot of short courses and stuff, so I throw this, and it's a really good disc. And then for putters, I have two different putters, and I was transitioning over to the P2, and this one here is kind of a rare one, no stamp on it, and it took me a little while to get used to it, but I really like it. I also use it as a driver sometimes, and some upshots. It all goes on how I feel. But for many years, I've thrown the Pro Avr, and that's been my favorite disc of all time. And it usually goes through about 3 different phases. When I have it, when it's brand new, it flies stable. Then when it's kind of beat in a little bit, I like to throw up shots with it and straight driving shots. And then when they get totally beat in, I can use them to flip them over. And soon I will work this out of my bag and continue to throw the P2. So as we get into my bag here, this rock here is an old Ching rock that I really, really love. And I've always had these in my bag, and I have a couple still stashed, brand new ones. I really don't throw this as much anymore, but I just throw it because I just think it's so much fun to throw, because I can throw this thing completely straight. I can play old man golf and just pull out the rock and just throw a beautiful straight shot at the basket through the woods, or a nice tailwind drive. So I always like to keep this in the bag just because I really enjoy throwing it. Shout out to Tom Hamilton in Colorado, who taught me how to throw a rock many years ago at Johnny Roberts. And then the other Innova disc that I have is the Proline Cobra. Not this one itself, but I had one once. I found one at a Play It Again Sports. I would just throw it flat and it would just fall right, just beautifully. So I've always enjoyed throwing that, and I've always kind of have one of these as sort of my go-to disc when I need a turnover shot. A nice Anheuser on an upshot or a driving shot, I can really just send it out high and let it just kind of fall in right, and can definitely have some beautiful shots with the Proline Cobra. Next disc is the Md3 It's the Discmania's pretty much version of the Gator. I'm just getting used to this one. I haven't thrown it much. I just got a couple new ones. But this one's from the European Open, and I've only thrown this a few times, but I like its predictability and stability, where I can just send it out high to the right and just let it fade into the basket on either an upshot or on a drive. So I really like the Md3. Then this one here, I'm sure you've all noticed, this is one of Eagle's old discs, and it's the Globe Gator. Since he's not throwing any more Innova anymore, I claimed the Gator. He gave it to me. Man, this is an awesome disc. That's all I can say about that one. It's just, I love the Gator. Especially that one. I got an ace with that one last week. Just threw a nice flex hyzer shot. Beautiful. And of course I have to be carrying signature disc by Eagle, the Md3 Crowned Eagle. And it took me a while to start throwing it, and I have a lot of them laying around the house, and I'm so proud of my boy for having signature line discs and beautiful artwork on it. So I started throwing it, and I use this selectively, but I like it for just a nice straight shot with a little bit of fade at the end, a little like S-line flex shot. So it's a beauty. Plus at night I like to see it glowing. Then I have a Fairway Driver here that is the Innova Star TL. This one I have in my bag just in case I need a 300 to 350 foot straight shot, because this is a disc that I trust the most forever to throw a straight shot with. This TL here has a green mark on it. It's from some other discs in my bag, and one time I was playing in Badlands, Colorado, and I threw this down this long hole, and it skipped and it went into the water, and I lost it. And I was very upset that I lost this, and I didn't have it for a very long period of time. I don't even remember how long I didn't have it for, maybe months or a year. But on another day we came back and we were playing at the Badlands again, and on the first hole I threw a drive, totally unrelated to even thinking about this disc. I threw a shot into this marsh area, which if people play Badlands, they know on hole number one, you don't want to land in there. It's all muddy and yucky and gross. And I was looking for a disc of mine, and I was in there and I saw my disc, and I was going over to get my disc, and I stepped on another disc, and underneath the mud and in the disc, I saw this green little mark here, and it was this TL. That was crazy. I thought that was unbelievably crazy. So it's back, and even though I still have some really good shots with this, once in a while I have a kind of a bad shot with it, so I'm sure this won't last forever. Next one here is the FD3. Man, I was so upset that I wasn't throwing Firebirds anymore, and Eagle kept trying to tell me, well, the FD3, it's just a Firebird. You can do it. It's just a Firebird. You can do it, Dad. You can do it. I didn't believe him. Then I started throwing the FD3 and started to realize, oh, wow, it can do the same things. And this one's a little more beat in. So I can throw this one really hard and flat and still get a predictable fade at the end. So if I need to throw a nice 300-foot shot, 320-foot shot that finishes left, and I want to keep it tight and low, I can kind of hit this one hard, send it out right, and let it skip up to the basket. So this one's starting to become more of a go-to disc for me. I also have another FD3 here with this sweet Eagle stamp on it. And I don't use this one as much because it's a little more stable. I use it for sidearm. Also, I'll throw this FD3 a little bit for some sidearms. I'm not a big sidearm thrower, but when I do throw sidearm, I use the FD3. And this FD3 here, I like to throw big spike hyzers with. This one will just fall out of this guy, so if I need just a big spike, 250 feet, 280 feet, I just spike that in and send it up high, and bam. It's all about learning angles and what the disc does for you. So even though it's a little too stable for me for some things, I can just throw it out right and let it fall in when I need a birdie and it's an easy hyzer or something. You throw something predictable. Be smart out there and just throw an easy shot. So when it comes to drivers, I don't have too many of them in here. I throw the PD. This is really a sweet color. This is like a watermelon. Very nice disc. But this PD is a little stable for me also, like a lot of discs are. As I get a little bit older, I just can't throw as far anymore. So discs become a little more stable, and then if I play out in the cold, I'm not warmed up. But this is another one like the FD3. If I need something a little bit further and just a predictable fade left, I throw the PD. I throw it, just crank it out right, and it just keeps coming right back and it tracks the basket. This disc will track the basket. Hit it right, send it out far, and let it come back in. And I'm sure some of you with a little bit more power can keep like a tighter line on it and let it fade in. But I like this because this will never flip on me, so I use this and I trust this disc. And I have two different drivers here that are blizzards because I need to throw blizzard discs, and I have a bunch of bosses that I've always thrown, and I like the nice, with a nice dome on it, little pop top on it. And with these, you know, as long as I trust them when they still stay stable for me, I can just crank them out, way out hard left and let them flex and come back around, and I can usually get a little more distance out of it. And the distance for me is only like 380 to 400 feet at the most. And this one here is a DD2 that I got somehow, and it has Simon Lazat's name on it. I hope Simon doesn't see that, or I don't even know if Simon knows I have it, but it got to me somehow. It's mine now. And this one has a great pop top on it, and I love this disc. And I threw at a private course this year on a hole that it's been being played this course for I don't even know how long, 10 years or longer, that this one hole was about a 600 or 700, maybe 700 foot uphill hole at the Mansion course, where I threw a drive with this, and then my second shot I couldn't see the basket, and I went up and I looked and I threw this huge flex shot, and it went in, and I got an eagle on it, and I am the only person who's ever eagled that hole. So this disc is famous. It's classic. And this last one, it's gonna be my favorite new driver, but I cannot show it, darn it. Oh no. You'll have to tune in for that one. I will show you that one at another time. But I don't think I have anything else in the bag except for, I want to shout out the Boulder Disc Golf Club because I have their tag, but I don't have this year's tag, but I do have last year's tag, #1 tag. I like carrying this around because I've won the one tag, and it reminds me that I am pretty good at disc golf and that I can win. Plus, I always go to golf matches and I always give them the wrong year tag just to give them crap and say, oh, that's my one tag from last year. So that's Eagles Dads in the bag. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and definitely I'm pretty excited about next year. And if you're out on the course and I'm there during the year, come up and say hello to me. I met a lot of you last year, and I really like when I meet people out on the courses that support Eagle. We do our best to be friendly out there. Definitely have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, we have this. Oh, this has been putting me on the spot. We didn't even go over this. I have a tie for my favorite Christmas movie. Are you prepared for this?
I might be, I might not.
I like, you guys, I like The Elf, but I also like The Christmas Story. I like them both a lot. But then I also like, weirdly enough, that the only one I really end up watching, because it's always on TV, is Christmas with the Cranks. And that's the one I think I watch the most. Out of those, I don't think anybody put Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas, because that was the one I was really looking for, was Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas. That's an old one. So we're gonna have to figure out.
I have it figured out. I have a winner right.
We have a winner right now. But it was really fun looking at all your movies. I didn't even know Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
I don't understand it.
I don't know. I don't know. But the Grateful Dead Christmas one, I don't know about. I'm gonna have to watch that one. Thanks for the info.
Okay, but to give away the discs, congratulations to Ian Nickerson. You won 2 discs. Please message me on Instagram or Facebook in order to claim them. And tomorrow I'll be giving away 1 last disc, and I cannot show it right now, but I can show it tomorrow. That gives you a big hint. So look forward to that. And thanks, Dad, for doing In the Bag and taking the edge off of me for Vlogmas. I'm sure everyone's gonna love this. Dad, what should they comment down below in order to win tomorrow's disc?
We need a Christmas vegan dish that we need for dinner on Tuesday. We don't know what we want to eat. If you can come up with a creative vegan idea and dish, the best answer wins.
It'll be too late by the time they comment, but let's do that anyway, just for fun. All right, guys, do that.
Peace.
Peace. Keep on dreaming. You want to sign out?
Sign out.
Here, you gotta put your hand over the camera.
Hi, I was challenged to do what's in my bag, and this is my grip bag. I always carry my grip bag. It's really comfortable. So I'm just going to do it very, very quick in my bag. First thing I have is Nirvana bleach, because I am seriously grungy dude. Second, I have a Tibetan bowl, because I always need to smoke a bowl when I play disc golf. Number 3, I have my electric toothbrush, because my dentist told me that I need to use an electric toothbrush. Then I have change. So if I ever need to make a change during the game, I got plenty of change. Then I also have a Grateful Dead CD, because you all know that I'm a hippie. Then I have Advil, because I'm a master's and I'm old. Also, I have Daya fake cheese, because I'm a vegan. Then I have, oh yeah, Arnica pain relief, once again, because I'm old. And I bring my new sneakers with me, just because they're really uncomfortable on my feet, but they look cool. Then I also have, the only disc I have in my bag is a Prodigy disc, just to remind me that I don't like Prodigy. And then I have a belt in my bag, in case I need to whip other masters into shape. Then I have a calculator to count up all the OBs that I get. You know, when I throw down and on the road and in the water, it's hard to keep track of all those strokes. Then I also have a Buddha in my bag, and he just follows me everywhere I go. Then I have a Spangle CD, because I feel spangled when I play disc golf. Then I also have a massage ball to massage all the aches and pains of my body, once again, because I'm old. Then I have a hat in my bag, because I hate being freaking cold. Let's see what else I have. I have a camera in my bag, so I can take pictures of no trees on the courses in Colorado. So I can take pictures of empty fields and swamps, because that's where we play disc golf in Colorado. Then I also have a knee pad, once again, because I'm old. Then I have a marker, and it's the Nuggets. And that's, I don't know why I have that.
That's probably why you suck.
And then I have my pajamas in my bag, because I like to take a nap on the course, because I get tired of playing disc golf when I suck so bad. No, just kidding. So, I think that's all I have in my bag. And I'm pretty excited to go play disc golf today, eat my cheese, listen to my spangle, and brush my teeth, and count my change. And that's what Pat McMahon has in his bag.